So you want to be an independent filmmaker? Well, then what's stopping you? Today, there's so many really cool things you can do and equipment's out there. If you want a 4K camera, you can get one pretty inexpensive. But you can also do this. Get you a DSLR camera, go online and buy you some used prime lenses, get you an adapter for them, depending on what model you're using. Get you a couple of lights, get you a sound kit. If you can hear it, if you can see it, you can make a film. And I get this a lot of times from folks. Well, if I had this, $10,000 camera, or if I had this, $20,000 camera, or if I had this $5,000 sound kit, or this one software for $3,000 or whatever, I can make a good film. I don't believe that. If you can't make a cool film with your camera, you can't tell a story with your camera, you can't make anybody care about your characters with this your camera phone, who cares? Now, it doesn't matter if you got the 4K or the 20K, it doesn't matter. You need to make films with a story and character. Hollywood has budgets for various things. They can do things that independent filmmakers can't do. And also today, where are you going to put your film at? Well, today you have something called video on demand, VOD. You can make a physical copy of your film, but today, you don't have to even do that. You can throw it on some type of, video service. There's plenty of them. You can do it. You can try to sell it. You can just give it away as a freemium if you want, and then offer some type of merchandise to go along with that. And there's a lot of things you can do as an independent filmmaker. And will you make the multi-millions of dollars being an independent filmmaker? Probably no, probably not. Can you tell stories that Hollywood could never tell? The answer is yeah. And some of the stories are amazing, and some of them aren't. And you get better at your craft. The more things you shoot, the better you're going to be at making films. And the more you do, the more you write, the more you shoot. I would say go out there and get you a DSLR camera and shoot some great pictures. If you can frame a shot, you can tell a story. I can't tell you how many times I've seen films that I think the framing is just horrible. And, maybe you like this framing here, maybe you don't. It's kind of interesting. I'm trying not to have that go out of my head, so I'm kind of doing that. So, you can do a lot of things today as an independent filmmaker. Go out there and tell your stories, and, it's a great time to be a filmmaker right now. And it's competitive, and, however, if you think of independent filmmaking as art, and you have something to share, and you get 20 people, you get 50 people, you get 500 people, 5,000 people to see your art, that's fantastic, So it's a great time to be an independent filmmaker. Go out there, make films, be passionate about your project. Don't worry about equipment so much. Do the best job you can on color correction. Do the best job you can do with audio. At some point, when you get other budgets, you can pay people that do that professionally. At some point, do the best you can with lighting. At some point, you can afford to hire a gaffer. If you're not that good of a DP at first, well, make your own films, and then at some point you can hire a director of photography that knows what they're doing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make a bad film. I think you have my permission to make a bad film. I made plenty of bad films, and I'll make plenty more of bad films. And you go out there and you try, and you make mistakes, and you get better as an artist. You get better as a human being by not being perfect. You can just imagine you make your first film and it's perfect. Well, then where you got to go. You're at a point that you can't go any further. So, anyways, go out there, make films, take chances, be creative, and just realize that it's an amazing time right now to be an independent filmmaker. There's film schools. There's film schools you can watch online now. The information is everywhere. You get some really good benefits going to film schools. If you go to film school, you're still going to be constantly learning the new equipment because it's never going to end. You're going to New cameras are coming out. When I shot The Rise of the Robots, the cameras they have now, 3 years later, you know, it's didn't exist 3 years ago, and the ones that had, you know, the 4K capabilities, you just couldn't afford. You know, now things have gotten a lot more affordable. But a DSLR camera with, you know, 2K, you know, it looks great on a big screen. I've seen the Rise of Robots on a big screen, and it looks amazing in 2K. You know, 4K looks, well, you know, look even better. But you know, challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't let people tell you you can't do stuff. If you work hard, and if you're a filmmaker, whether you're the director or the producer, you work harder than anybody else. Everybody's going to see that, and they're going to step up their game as well. You're passionate about what you want to do, you can make things happen. And that's one thing that you can really learn about yourself. Am I really passionate about that? You know, and are you really passionate, you know, if you're doing the business side of it, are you as passionate about making money as you are about art, about trying to tell a story? And, you know, the perfect storm is being able to sell a product and tell an amazing story. And, you know, that's going to take a little time. You know, will you get rich as an independent filmmaker? You know, probably not. But, you know, do you get rich in any art? But it's something about it, something inside you that makes you want to go out there and make this thing happen. And you have this passion, you have this drive. So don't be afraid. Go out there and make it happen. Rock and roll, everybody. Yeah.